in the class right now. We didn't really set this up as a planned thing. I know we told you guys we were going to do it, but we're just starting off, and it's not going to be perfect. But you can check out what's going on.
Oh, okay. Hi everybody. Well, we promised a live show, and we're going to do a walk around now. We've got all our people here. Doing the editing or whatever he's doing over there, and Michaela's showing fabrics. Hi, Michaela. So we use a variety. We're going to talk a little bit about the fabric that we use.
We haven't had very many stock issues with them as compared to another fabric company that I won't name. But these ones, they give us a bunch of books. And the majority of our customers go with performance fabrics, so it'll be like performance, or Endurapel, and they come in a lot of different colors, and a lot of them have textures. Some of them are like velvets, and others are things that are woven. So there's a wide variety. These are only a couple books, but we've got a lot more at the shop.
Thank you, Michaela. Okay, so we have an ottoman. This is a small ottoman. It's kind of an accent piece, I would call it. And the ottoman it's an unusual design. It's been redone. It has a large cord on it, which I probably won't get into in the last one. You've got to put it in the it's just a style. We'll talk a little bit more about that.
Okay.
So we're showing, today we're focusing the first class on tool usage. So we're showing people how to, can I see that for a second? So we're showing people how to, focus so much on the staple and the end of the tool is stripping the staple remover. We're trying to get used to using a hammer. With self-preservation, you guys, beginners, you're always going to be looking up here. When you look up here, your eyes aren't focused down here, and you're going to just split wood. Really get used to really light tapping. A lot of us are used to, you see that commercial years ago when the big fat hand guy, and he's got the big hammer, the sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
It's like at the end of movies or something like that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly.
You don't want to do that. You want a little bit more finesse. And that's another reason why working is good. Because if you do miss a little bit, it's not going to hurt as much as a claw hammer. So the claw hammers, if you use a little tapping, will be okay. If you look at if you could see my eyes, I'm not looking up here. I'm used to hammer. I'm looking down here. I'm letting that prong go to under the staple and then lift them. So that's a big difference. So what we're doing here is we're removing the cambric first, or the custom cover, and then you're going to be removing the tack tape, and then the piping, and then the fabric. So there are 4 layers. So you're going to be busy today.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Same thing here. We're at the same point here. It's just a repeat of what we did here. She's got 1 cover. She's got 2 covers for tack tape. Actually, this is a black tack tape, you guys. It's a little different. So manufacturers use this some manufacturers do, because it's almost the same color as the cambric. Instead of having that brown that most upholsterers have, we put that on. This is interesting, you guys. We put the brown tack tape on, and then we put our cambric over that. And sometimes it peeks through. So this is a very interesting. This is a high-end piece of furniture. How do I know that? Because look at the care they took, even in the tack tape. If you see something like that, I'm almost guaranteed if I lift this, I'm going to see coil springs. So let's lift this to show it. You see these little clinches? These are coil springs, and they've actually secured this a little bit bigger. I would say a little bit better. I use the word Baker. I would say that this is a Baker piece of furniture. B-A-K-E-R. This is a very high-end piece of furniture. Who owns this furniture? Who owns this? This is your chair.
Nope.
Whose chair? But this is the high-end.
Okay, practicing my mallet move. I have a little cheater thing down there.
So this is interesting too because it's very stylized there. That's probably why you want to redo it.
Well, I found this at an estate sale a few years ago and just have never. Yeah, one or two.
So, do you have any questions about where you're at with this right now?
So far, no, I just, the best technique for pulling, I'm not sure what that's.
You wanted to cross it. That's, got a little head, and you're doing good. No, it's okay. So this is ply-grip. If there's one thing that can hurt you, it's this. So be careful. It's very sharp. It's designed so that it closes the fabric, as you can see. So prongs catch the fabric. And what it is once it's closed, it's harmless. But in states like this, with this extra piece, the sharp piece here, you can get cut. So be careful. But when you put it on, oftentimes you want to just take even these edges off and round them off with a pair of, usually scissors are the best thing.
Okay.
No, this is when you're upholstering rather than removing them. So, but for you, do you have pliers? Can I show you a little easier way?
There might be a.
So you might want to, before you start attacking the actual ply grip, you might want to just take it out of the, see, I don't want you to do what I'm doing and holding that. Use another pair of pliers, because you're going to get cut. Use another pair of pliers for you, right? I know this material well, so I can do it, but I don't want you to get cut. So you're going to hold this.
It's not really a project unless you bleed onto it just a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. I wanted to get it to a point where you hadn't undid it, so usually you can pull the fabric away first. So that's going to give you a clearer image of what you need to do here.
Okay.
And then what you want to do is you can do this with the screwdriver. You can open this up, the ply grip, to expose the staple, and then follow what you've been doing with the staple. Yeah. Okay? All right, good job. You already did this. Good.
So is it
Okay, let's catch up here.
Oops, sorry.
What we did was
I know, I shouldn't have nailed those all the way
no,
down.
that's okay. You did okay. Yeah, fine.
I will.
Good job.
So, but you didn't actually tell me.
We're gonna tighten it a little bit more, okay? And that's the beauty of this now. So let me give it away. We can get another one. Hold on. She can have her own.
And we're a little bit blind here.
She can have her own.
Oh, okay.
So what we're gonna do is, oh, by the way, when you put the webbing stretcher in, if this is 12 o'clock, and the clock's going this way, you want the webbing stretcher at an angle about 2 o'clock, so that usually when you stretch down, it ends up being 3 o'clock, the prongs will come through the webbing, right? And usually straight, and what you're looking for is drum tight. Now, that has to be done. But keep in mind, you can actually pull this too much too. And this is all leverage, so it's possible you could actually pull this so much you could rip the webbing around those tabs. So when you get it to a position, and it doesn't necessarily have to come down to 3 o'clock. If it's 4, you can put it in there.
So
right.
up at noon and to
Right.
2 o'clock and then clear.
Right.
If you get, not necessarily.
That's how I do it, but the more important thing is drum tight. So then the trick is, at that point, you need to use your magnetic, in this case, because these are already there, you can get another little tabs here, and then you do these.
Is that the reason for the double row?
Yeah, you have to maintain the pressure, you have to maintain this stretch. While you put 4, you can put 4, you can actually, if you're sure about yourself, you can tack them all the way in. Can I have your hand up?
Yeah.
Do you have your tacks?
And they were the 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so having a magnetic camera, you guys, so this is where you need another hand, right? So you put, that's not gonna work. Can you grab that magnetic camera over there? Thank you. So your magnetic camera, and so you have your tacks that they're ready. You have them spaced out like every 2 or 3 inches from one another, so that you can pick one up at a time. So what you're doing here is you're duplicating. You're doing what, if you're spinning tack, you're taking them out of your mouth. You don't want to do that. That's the old-fashioned way. You can spread them out, pick them one up at a time. Try to get the head of the tack centered if you can. And then what you want to do is you do a little tapping motion. Then you turn that. Make sure you turn your hammer on. You can actually get that tack in. Okay, let's just go.
Now, the
right?
only reason you do that is because it's tight enough.
I know it's tight.
Not be done.
If you want to wait for me to come along and say it looks good before you do this, I don't mind.
And then you're gonna take out the other ones?
Yeah. When you get good, you won't have to do that. You're the first, you'll be able to do it the first time. These have to come out, right?
How do those, what's the tool to get those out?
You impress me, do it with my hands.
No, is this the best we've got with that?
You could use that, right? You shouldn't use your hands. Cut this about an inch from the front hand.
Wait, an inch from the front of
Or
what?
this edge, right?
Yeah.
Guys, be careful of these scissors, they're very sharp. I just had them sharpened, so I want to give you guys a good tip on scissors. Sharp pair of scissors. If you notice what I don't know if you noticed, but my other hand is nowhere near my scissor cut. And I was taught to actually put your hand behind your back when you're cutting, especially if you're cutting something that needs a little bit more oomph behind like this does. So if you see, I automatically, guys, this is really important. This is another way you can get hurt. This is where you really can get hurt. If you catch your finger underneath a scissor blade and you're following through and cut like this, right? So your hand always, make always careful your neighbor too, obviously, but watch. It's almost instinctive. I go like this. And then I close the scissors, I put them down, and then I'm gonna, you know what I want you to do? I want you to get, so you have 4. I want you to get, so she needs 5 more tacks, so it's usually 9 tacks, and that's for coverage for the width of the webbing, okay?
Are
I want you to,
the new ones going behind it this way or in
you
front?
need to you're gonna be blind, working blind, right?
Working blind.
So you're gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, doesn't have to be perfect, but there should be 9 tacks. But you should be, start like with the edge here. 1,
And explain again why I have to work blind.
because it's folded over.
Oh, I see.
You won't see
Okay,
the other
gotcha.
tacks.
Okay, got it.
You might hit a tab, but that's okay. It's part of the
Got it, I
process.
see, okay.
But what I want you to do is practice that. Practice picking
Sure.
up, and you know, you need to spread those.
Yeah.
Picking up one at a time, tapping, and that's another reason you want to tap. You never want to be, and this is another safety tip, you guys. If you're using a 6-ounce tack, 12-ounce tack, 3-ounce, whatever tack size you're using, you're not up here going like this. It's not a hammering motion. It's only a placement. So you want to be close. It's a firm tap, I would call it. And you have to get used to this little dip. Most of us are used to apply hammers that are straight. So this little dip, though, when your eye is towards where the tack is going in, you almost have to adjust to that. So, for instance, if you're used to claw hammers, you're hammering in it, and oftentimes you're going to fall off. So you get used to that. Just adjust your, you'll see.
Can you reuse it if it's been bent?
Sure. If it's bent too much, they'll throw it away. Okay? So we just do it again. Okay? So I'm gonna line this up. I don't want my fingers anywhere near this either. And then I'm going to do a little tapping. Okay?
So did the magnet help that penetrate? Because it seems so strange that nail would have penetrated the wood.
My tapping did watch. So the magnet has nothing to do with it. Watch.
Stretched it and then.
Okay, and I'm surprised.
Yeah. That's your hand. That's good
I
practice.
mean, she tacked it and then stretched it. Exactly like you said. You could just stretch it and not breathe.
So you didn't re-stretch it? Did you re-stretch it?
Together trying to, it's not enough. Yeah.
We could keep watch would go for me. You need to make sure that you get yourself set up before where you tack. Spread your tacks. You need to get at least 4 in here. That gives you ample coverage. And then you cut it like we did over there, fold and get 5 more. You can, this is maybe a treatment, but you can almost, with this, now we're doing this because you're 4 years into this, right? So you want a little bit how you can use the staple gun for this whole process. But if you were using your staple gun now, you would have that's fine. No. We're also talking about, I don't advise you get it to do this with the staple gun. Staple.
That makes sense, it's a 3-panel.
80 pounds of pressure, if you're taking the gun and you're telling out a good idea. So what we could do is you can stretch this, feel that now. See the difference? You feel the difference? We're gonna let it go.
Okay.
Now feel that. So, stretch, maintain the stretch, and get 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want, you can pin tap. Then if you want, at that point, you can staple it before and then take the pin tap out. And then cut this, fold it back, staple it back. And then and this is already, but you could do the same on the back if you want. Then you pin tap it first, stretch it here, then tap it to the front, do the staple work, cut it, and fold the front.
Yeah, I think so. So I'll try to do what I think you said, you tell me.
Okay, and then you got another problem with that lifting up on it. We have a clamp over there if you want to use it.
Kind of sweet, I think it's
Okay.
for a little Swiss dog.
So we have a manufacturing piece here, it's a new manufacturing piece, that's the same frames, okay? But the interior, you guys can see it, but it looks like diamond tufting, I think. It's kind of a manufacturer's tufting. It's kind of a, it's nice, it's pretty, isn't it the same way? Okay. Let's talk a little bit about that. Wow, look at all those buttons. All right. So what you have here is diamond tufting with foam, which is a lot harder to do than with the original way we did it, which was horsehair and muslin.
Okay.
It's a lot harder to, I'm impressed with this, it's the manufacturer's job, though. What they do is they do a lot of these, and they do it with a machine, but there's not a person doing one button at a time. So they have big machines that do this.
And I think it's actually like metal and it separates to kind of tighten.
Yeah, you're gonna
Instead
do it
of-
by hand if you want to do it. So you can take a lot of work.
Yep.
So this is called a diamond tuft, you can do this, a lot of work. These are number 22 buttons, the buttons come with 3 sizes, 22s are the most standard or universal, or one size. You see the little guys, unless you're doing the Simpson sofa, right? The Simpson sofa, which has big buttons, right? This is trying to make it look like the actual Simpson sofa. But these are 22 buttons, the diamond tuft, and you want to do it the same way, that's fine. As long as you're patient,
Yeah.
Here's the deal, right? When you sit down, so what you're doing is before the button goes on, you're pushing this in. In fact, it's all over here, right? And you're pushing this in, and you're projecting from that finger, and this is a one-person job. You're projecting, you're pushing in, you're projecting from that finger, you're trying to get these flutes. There's no marking. This is all done by us. There's no, you can't put it in your and line up your button.
They'll already have holes in the,
Yeah, that's fine, that's good.
so I'll use that
Yes,
as
you
a
will,
guide, right?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but and then if you push in, you project, some people use pins, I don't. There's a little comment depending on the fabric, sometimes things leave holes. I don't use pins, I push, I pleat, fill up pleats from where I push, I have a button ready. It's all I'm trying to give it made, and I use it. I pull through, and then I do my button, so on. But that button, we used to charge by the button, and usually you have to do it for a professional, you're talking 20 minutes a button. So times 20 minutes.
You mean to install?
20 minutes, yep.
The audio, see how it sounds. I'll take this.
Yeah, stay on this side.
Yeah.
Take it as close as you can.
You can't use a regular button, a regular button, a maker, that doesn't work on this. That's fine. You need a professional. Maybe you can even come and shop and I'll let you see the machine. Let me turn this back over. Since progress, I think we're caught up. We're caught up. So, a lot of interesting things going here. We have Tufting, we have Simpson sofa, we have Broadway, we have fully upholstered chairs, we have upholster, we have webbing going on. I told you guys you'd have fun in this class. You're going to show a lot, you're going to learn a lot, and thanks for joining us. That's it ended, right?